What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, it looks like Gabriel Rosado from Philly, Austin Trout from New Mexico. They are trying to plant the seed and put the bug in people's ear to generate some hype between a fight between the two of them. So, this is what they discussed on Twitter peacefully. So, that was cool. I mean, they weren't like calling each other out, talking shit. Um, they're basically saying, "Let's fight, bro. Let's do it for the fans." So my thoughts on this: I like the fight. I don't know where the fight would take place if Rosado still makes 154 or if he wants to fight at 160. But if he can make 154, no problem. I like the fight. I think it's a great fight. Austin Trout coming off a loss to Canelo, another undefeated fighter, so not a bad loss. And like I said, I thought the Canelo Trout fight was closer with open scoring and everything. I definitely gave the fight to Canelo. But Austin Trout and Gabriel Rosado, I really like the matchup. Again, Trout coming off a loss, Gabriel Rosado coming off a loss, another respectable loss. I mean, there's different types of losses in the sport of boxing. There's some losses that drop your stock. Like I would say, Amir Khan getting knocked out by Danny Garcia dropped his stock. His loss to Lamont Peterson didn't because it was a controversial fight and Lamont Peterson was in his hometown. He got 2 points taken away. So in the fans' eyes, some fans' eyes, Amir Khan didn't necessarily lose that fight. But Danny Garcia, that was a fight, his last fight at 140. He was supposed to move to 147. He had all the physical advantages and he was more seasoned at a pro level than Danny Garcia, and he was upset by Danny Garcia. So to me, that was more detrimental to Amir Khan's stock. Now, with Gabriel Rosado, his fight with Jalen Love, for a multitude of reasons, it's not a bad loss. One, a lot of people thought Rosado beat Jalen Love, and the only knockdown suffered was Rosado knocking down Jalen Love. In addition, after the fact, after the fight, it was discovered that Jalen Love used some kind of diuretic to cut weight because he did look big, and it looks like he's probably fighting in a division that's hard for him to make the weight. So for those reasons, Rosado is not a bad loss, even with the Gennady Golovkin loss, because technically, well, not technically, um, Rosado's on a two lose streak. But again, these aren't necessarily detrimental losses. Like a Pacquiao getting knocked out, that's a detrimental loss because he has to build back up from that because it was a brutal knockout. There is no scorecard needed. There's no controversy. There's no judges. So in my opinion, him going up in weight, choosing to fight Triple G at the regular weight limit instead of a catch weight, that shows that he has gall and balls and cojones. And even though he was pretty much beaten, he still gave Triple G a tougher fight than other opponents, and he was a smaller guy. I mean, if you watch the Ashita fight versus Rosado clearly had more success in that fight, even though he was clearly losing pretty much every round. So, in my eyes, Rosado, even though he has back-to-back losses, they're more respectable losses because, again, he moved up in weight to fight Triple G. He threw the catch weight idea out the window, and he held his own as much as he could, and he was just overpowered by um, a terrific puncher. And then the Jay Leon Love, again, a lot of people thought Rosado beat him. He knocked down Love, and this was a money team event, so it was really all eyes on Jay Leon Love. He was the guy that was supposed to win. I mean, this was his camp, Floyd Mayweather, the money team. It was their whole event, so Rosado definitely came in as an underdog. So I really like the matchup. Rosado, Jay Leon Love. They're both young, both off losses, and it sounds like I mean, it doesn't sound like it. They do have heart. Both fighters have heart. Trout, he was buzzed and hurt, got knocked down by Canelo, a powerful puncher, and he weathered the storm. And he actually, it's like it kicked him in gear because he did good and held his own. Like some people get hurt, and this is, I hate to keep bringing him up, but he's the example that I could easily think of off the top of my head. When you look at Amir Khan, it's not that you got hurt; it's what you do when you get hurt. Now, there's different types of, like Timothy Bradley. He just showed that he had a chin when he got hurt with Ruslan Provodnikov because he was just stayed on his feet and he showed that he had heart and that he had the chin to endure what kept coming. That's not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but obviously he won that fight and he had the chin to get away with that and keep fighting, keep swinging, and keep standing toe to toe. You look at Amir Khan, and it's not the fact that he's getting hurt; it's what he's doing when he is hurt. He's like fighting in a way that it doesn't suit him. He's not choosing to hold, and he has a suspect chin. So if you look at another fighter with like Austin Trout, he fought smarter. Like when he got hurt, it kicked him in gear, and some argue that he made that a 10-9 round because Canelo was pretty inactive for the rest of the round after the knockdown. I don't know if he was gassed out or whatever, but even if you still scored a 10-8 round for the knockdown, you can't argue that the latter portion of the round Trout took over. So that just shows a tremendous amount of heart on Trout's behalf to get knocked down and not continue to look bad or keep getting knocked down in the same round and make it a 10-7 round or whatever. So two guys with heart, two guys that are young, two guys with respectable losses. I'm all for it. Mayweather, Canelo as the headliner, that's already a huge event. Um, so if they could stack the undercard with fights like this, Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse, any of these types of fights, I'm all for it. I just don't want to see some bums fight. But I'm good with any of those types of fights that I listed. Let me know what you guys think. Austin Trout versus Gabriel Rosado. Do you think the fight should happen? At what weight should it happen? And let me know your opinion. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video's Ego. Signing off.